So, welcome. With the help of my intuition, I get the topic for this video, and it is something what I kind of realized on my journey, and with the time I'm having more and more fun with it to observe, and it was also helping me to be more loving to myself and to other, and it makes me more free as individuality, as a person. And this topic is, I'm not sure how long, because I have few examples in my head, so maybe I will present them and I will cut it in two parts. I will see. So for this video, the topic is patterns. Social patterns, family patterns, our patterns, and patterns in general. I would like to just share how is my point of view to this topic, and how what kind of observations I did on my journey according to myself and to society and other people. So, okay, very simple said, the big part of society, not all of them, and everyone individual way, even I, right? Even I, we are quite depending on the patterns what we have. Of course, the society created that way, and we, unaware or maybe aware, accepted these patterns with our freedom. I will start probably with the oldest pattern what we have in this society for this lifetime. I don't know how was it before, can't say, but I will share my interpretation of what I see around now. So it's like between 2000 and up. So the biggest pattern, what is holding the people and that is my strongest pattern, what holding me still how to say, it is not holding me, but it's more like to really broke the ceiling to myself, let's say this way. And that's the pattern doing. Um, my observation or my logic is, or let's say observation with my interpretation and my logic connected together is this way. When you are born, when we are born, we jumped, let's call it jump, into this society. And when we are kids, we are going with our parents, right? We are going to do this and to do that. And even when we are at home, we are playing, we are singing, we are destroying things. And we are observing our parents that they are doing the same. They are going to work, they visit friends, they visit family, they do this and they do that. And then we are going to, how does it call it in English? Kindergarten? Kindergarten, probably. In German, it is kindergarten, yeah. So these are like kids between 3, 4 to 6, 7 when they go to school then, right? So you name it, depending on the country where you are. And our pattern that we have to do something is there very strong, let's say, under pressure to be involved in our life. Because, and this is like till seventh year of our journey in this life, are the most important patterns what we are then building up the rest of our lives, right? And according to my memories, they are not good, so let's say it about my observations. You are busy with, you have to play, like with the toys and do something, or you have to sing and dance, or you have to paint. These are like structured what you have to do, and then you go for the lunch, and then you go sleep, that you are powerful for the afternoon, maybe walk, and then play again, and then your parents will pick you up, and then you go home and you have to play again till the mother make a food, and then you have a dinner, and then shower, and then go home, then go to bed to sleep. And I kind of course, I was over 30, 33 when I realized there was no a moment in my case, and in many others also, who will said, hey, look, just sit down, calm down, and just be a little bit with yourself. How does it feel to touch your body, to I don't know, to feel if if my breathing is fast or slow. How does it feel? My legs, my hands, my torso. There was not a single moment. And then we go to school. And then we are in school, and then we get education, and then we go to work. And just a few on this planet had the possibility to have parents which like broke this pattern and said to the child, hey, look, calm down, sit down, and just be like 15-20 minutes daily just for yourself. Calm down, you don't have to do nothing. So this is the strongest pattern probably in our society what we have. To do something. And no one knows authentically what he should do for himself. Even I was taking years to find out. And I guess I'm still not so far, but I was able to find out some things for myself. So my biggest attention in my life, and with this sharing, is to break this pattern. Because it is terrible. The people, big part of the society, not all of them, but the big, I guess big part, is following something what they just get from someone, somewhere. And in my understanding, we should be trying to get and be loving for this life journey. Be authentic and free. That means for me to be free from social patterns, what we are not aware about. Because once you are aware about the pattern, you can use it when you need it, and you can stop it when you don't need it. That's the difference. The patterns are very useful. That's the balance, yin and yang, in everything. So the pattern is for me very useful if you are using it when you need it. And when you don't need it, you just cut it. And you are not doing anything. Then, or you are doing something what the situation needs. But you are aware about this pattern and how it works, when it needs and when don't. So in my coaching, for myself and for the others, I was also most of the time working with this doing pattern. Of course, everyone has his own individual journey to walk. And there is no coincidence that he is following these patterns. Even me and everyone. But there is also no coincidence that we met people, what we met, that we are reading books, what we are reading. For example, in my case, when I was with the help of my pattern, I landed somewhere where I was not feeling comfortable. For example, with my finances, as I mentioned before. When I get into some mess with the finances, I was reading a books how to get better finances. And then I tried and I tried and I tried, and I was not able to hold it. It was kind of helping, but kind of not, and yes and no. And then I find out on my journey that I sat down. I observe my yin and yang together, the bright side and the shadow side, what I like, what I don't like, where are the borders and how expendable they are and how tight they can be. And then I kind of realize, how can I transform the informations what I get from the book to help about my finances to my individuality. So I will be not following all 10 rules, but just the 5, and it will be good. It will be enough. So I don't have to follow the journey of someone else or the pattern of someone else. I can follow my own pattern. And this is something what is missing in every single book what I was reading till now. Of course, if this is like very specific book, what have to follow these processes to get some result, probably there will be just very small part where I can bring my individuality to work it through to the result what is in the book. But in many ways, in many cases, you can read about it, you can try it. It is definitely, from my side, recommended to try it. But then have a sit with yourself and find your way how to continue with this information what you have. That you don't fall for the pattern of someone else. Because only because if it was working for them, that doesn't mean that it has to work fully for your journey. partially, yes, because you attract this book and there are information, for example, about the finances was my topic, where was the point how to help me to get better in my situation, but not all of them. When I was following all of them, all the 10 points, oh, it was such an uncomfortable feeling for me. For you, it will be different because you are you and I am I. But then I realized, okay, I have the freedom to sit with myself and to adjust the strategy for the help. So don't follow 10 points, just 5. I don't know, maybe it was taking longer, probably. That's the acceptance of the consequences of my decision. But I was feeling right. And I was not under pressure. And I was able to stay loving to myself and to enjoy the journey. Even if it was longer, I accept these consequences. So the point is, this doing from society since we are born, and our parents was not able to do it different, or big part of the parents, right? Not all of them, big part of the parents was just following the social patterns, and we was born in these patterns, and they are teaching us or pushing us to do something. When you want to reach something, you have to study, you have to read, you have to write, and you will reach the goal. But according to my observation, there is no point in this society where the society brings us the pattern, hey, take your time for yourself and find out first what would you like to study, or what is your interest, or what would you like to do. So many people came to this point many years later that they are unhappy with the job they do, and they try different things and the other things and these and these and these and these. In some point, every person reach this point. Oh, does it make sense what I'm doing? Am I happy with it? And I'm just recommending that this point should happen much earlier, right in this society. But if it's not happened, it's also okay, because you can try every single day to take your time for yourself and to find out. To break the pattern of doing, like watching TV, reading, listening to music, and just sit as experiment. You don't have to do it for a long time. But think about this. When we, from the society, we are fully hit with program doing, then it will be fair if we have or take our time to experiment to not doing, and in between find out our individuality of this experiment.